listening to the Street Cat Sisters, a weekly entertainment podcast.
As always, I'm Jess,
And I'm Boo.
and we are the,
The
Street
Street
Cat
Cat
Sisters. Welcome back, Street Cat Gang.
That sounds so fake.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to sound sadder? Was it too chipper?
Yeah.
Is that where I made my mistake?
Too
It was
chipper.
too nice.
It sounds too.
I'm sorry, I'm not threatening them like you were last time.
Come back now, you hear? Yeah,
No, we're not doing that again.
That was too threatening. So
Hopefully, they have come back
hopefully,
to listen to us talk more October things.
October.
It's my favorite time of the year.
Yeah, it's the birds month.
It's the what?
The birds month. So, like September, October, November.
At first, I thought you said birds. It's the birds month.
You and I both know birds aren't real.
we're not getting into that.
Yeah, not now.
They're not real.
They're not real.
We'll fight. Yes, they are real. You say that to, don't you? I don't want you. Do not say that loud enough for my chicken to hear. If you say that loud enough for my chicken to hear, I'm gonna be really upset because
What?
you're going to hurt its feelings.
That bird has feelings.
Yes, it does.
No, they don't. They're
Cluck
not real.
Norris has feelings, and you are not going to sit there and talk bad about him
I
or
thought
her. I'm not sure.
I thought you called her Meryl Cheap.
It's once I figure out the gender. Right now, I just call him Cluck, but I'm not sure.
Because
It doesn't crow, nor does it lay eggs.
You just made him into a Pokemon, right?
We're not talking about
because
we
you're
don't
naming
need- we don't-
you are naming him after the noise he made.
Cluck. He said
You named
It's
him a
my-
Pokemon.
we were supposed to be talking about Halloween things in the month of October, not my chicken, okay? And let me explain. Like, I know that chickens, you're not supposed to have just the one. So before y'all come at me, this chicken randomly showed up at my house and just never left. Okay,
I mean, you could be a little bit of a chicken yourself especially
I feel like we've pack bonded, me and the chicken.
because
It'll
you're a
come
chicken
and
yourself.
I am, but I love. I mean, okay, we're not gonna go into how I love chicken because it's my favorite food.
It is your
But-
favorite food.
It is my
Don't let
favorite
them
food.
hear.
I
Do
know I
not-
can't. Okay, I promise not to say how much I love to eat chicken, as long as you promise not to say that they aren't real in front of Cluck. Deal? Shake on it.
I'm not shaking on that.
We're shaking on it.
I'm
We're not
shaking
hurting the
that.
bird's feelings. I like that bird, but we pack bonded, and Cluck hangs out with me. Cluck hangs out with me like every time I go outside.
I mean, you do need friends. So
Okay, one more chicken story because this chicken is so cool. Okay, like I like this chicken so much.
how did we get from? Oh, because you thought I said birds and not birds.
That's how we got here. We completely went off topic. It's okay. But my bird is so cool. The other day, I kid you not, Boo Boo, I kid you not, it knocked on the front door to let me know that it was out of food.
Okay.
It ordered room service from the house.
No, it DoorDash
DoorDash.
because he dashed to
At
your
first-
door.
At first, I thought it was the Halloween decor I have hanging on the front door, and the wind knocking it against the door. And then we made the joke, it's the chicken. And then I opened the door, and I swear it was the
It was the
and
chicken.
it was out of food. It was letting me know it puts in room service.
Yeah, because its room is right there on the porch.
I feed it when it wants every time. I make sure it does not go empty. That it's very spoiled. I like that chicken so much. Okay, but back to what we were supposed to be talking
the
about.
bird
Months, not the bird months.
The bird.
My bad.
The September,
I can
October.
go on and on about my chicken.
Yeah,
I'm
they
so
are the
sorry.
best time of the year. You know,
It's weird being a street cat, but I do have a guard chicken. So
why are we still on the bird?
anyway, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We're back on the bird, but
That chicken is so cool.
we're back on the bird.
Anyway, back to our favorite Halloween things.
Okay.
I
What's the topic for today? Do you know the topic for today?
we discussed this.
Did we? Because
We
I
did.
seem not to know the
Follow my lead, boo
the
boo.
Halloween theme of the week.
Let's start with scary movies. We have some. I love scary movies.
I think it's the adrenaline rush that we get from all Halloween things, especially the movies. to where
But I do feel very desensitized. Do you feel scared by movies these days? I feel
Yes,
very
you know,
desensitized.
where I live alone, actually, it's just me and the dog. If I ever feel too lonely, I will turn on a scary movie. So it
So
does,
you feel like you're being watched.
yeah. Especially living out in the middle of the woods.
Do you have any scary movies that you have to watch every October?
The birds.
You're
Every year it's the birds.
lying.
I am
You're
lying.
lying. You've never seen The Birds.
Yes, I have. It is actually pretty
Okay,
legit
I'm-
for an older movie.
I'm impressed.
Mhm.
Mark me impressed that you've actually seen.
Our mother made me watch the birds, and she actually made me sit down and watch it with her one time. But yeah, I've watched it alone.
I like. We watch every year. We watch Over the Garden Wall with the kids.
I've never seen that.
I can't believe you've never seen Over the Garden Wall. If you haven't, it's so good. It's a cartoon, especially for kids. It's Halloween-esque. Very cute. I think it's great. I absolutely adore it. The voice acting. It's got. Okay.
Speaking of cartoons, I always have to watch the Winnie the Pooh Halloween movie
Aww.
every year because it's the Winnie the Pooh. So, yeah, it's spooky. But yeah, there's actually one certain movie that I always have to watch every year because living in the middle of the woods, it scares me like senseless because we're out in the Appalachians.
Did you know last year my kids wanted to do something like really spooky, and I took them to the property to walk through the woods at night?
Yeah. You should make them watch my favorite scary movie.
We should. No, I'm not. I'm not doing
One
this.
of my favorite, I have a top 5 scary movies that I enjoy anyway. They're good any time of the year. But my all-time favorite scary movie, because of where I live, has to be Wrong Turn.
That's such a good scary movie too.
I mean, it's also Eliza Dushku is in it, and
we all know
my thing with
like,
brunette,
yeah.
especially her. She was one of the very few girl crushes I had growing up. So she made that movie for me. It's not counting the fact that it happened in West Virginia in the Appalachians, but yeah, that's what actually got me to watch that. But I'm not one of these fans that has to watch like the continuation of the Wrong Turn movies. I'm
You're good after the first one.
one and done. One and done.
Once Eliza's not in it, what's the point?
I mean, if she's not in it, I'm not. I'm done. I mean, you have the inbreeds; they're always in it. But I've watched. Yes, I have watched them. Before you ask, I have watched the Wrong Turn movies, but the first one will always have a special spot in my heart forever.
Oh, I understand. Just like Over the Garden Wall does for me and my family.
You have to read scary stories to tell in the dark to your children.
I did, and then they started reading them to each other, and I love it. And then when the movie came out, we absolutely all sat down and watched it. My kids are not afraid.
I have 2 copies of that movie, right? I have the physical copy, and then I had to go onto my Xbox and buy the digital copy, and it's forever on my Xbox. So, because I don't know if the ratings really liked it. I liked it.
What?
The scary movies to tell in the dark.
Oh, I
movie.
did. I did really like it. And it was just a
It's-
nice little nostalgia.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love B-rated movies. Do you know? I'm going to little fun fact for you since we're coming off that high of with Mom over the last episode.
I know. I'm
Do you
sorry we don't
know-
have anybody on this episode, but
Do you know that the one movie Stephen King walked out of because it terrified him?
I do not.
It's Blair Witch Project.
Really?
Fun fact. A lot of people don't like it, but I loved it. It was just super scary. Didn't really have a script, but
I liked Blair Witch, and we would play that. So we would play that as kids, and now my kids, they read scary stories tell in the dark. They watch scary movies. My oldest is super excited for Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie coming out this.
she's also your oldest is also very obsessed with the Goosebumps book.
Oh yeah, they're not afraid of things because, like Mom said last episode, and I'll reiterate, I raised the kids to show that this isn't scary and everything that they see on the TV is fake, and we've actually gone and done themed costumes with the kids that are just my favorites.
Oh, you're that family.
I am that
you are
family.
that type of family to do.
So I actually
like-
told somebody today that we were the Adams family last year. We even had the youngest being Pubert with the mustache. There was a year where the oldest was Dr. Frankenstein and the middle son was
the middle kid.
the monster.
The middle kid was Frankenstein's monster, but that's not fair because that was the same year he was in the neck brace.
It worked. Okay, we'll get into the neck brace story, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Later, but that's for another spooky time. Street cats. Anyway, but my oldest was Annabelle. She wanted to be Annabelle, and so we dressed them up as Annabelle, and the middle son was Chucky.
Yeah, that was the same year he did Chucky.
Those were my demon dolls. I love that, and they looked so great. And the oldest was so funny because, oh my goodness, they were like 4 or 5 years old, maybe, when we did it. And when we'd go to churches to trunk or treat, she would tell them that she was a doll. But then when we weren't at a church, and I don't know why or how she knew, but then when we were anywhere else, she would be like, "Yeah, I'm Annabelle." It was so funny. And then
that was the same year that you. That was the same year you had me dress up as a black cat, which I slayed that.
you did, you
So,
did.
I was the big. I bought the mask after the big old head.
Do you still have that?
Yeah, I do.
I kind of
It's-
want that.
It's in my apartment right now.
I need that hat. I need that mask for
The-
reasons you don't need to know.
Oh, I know. The black cat cult that you're currently in. So.
Black Cat Division. Anywho, my favorite though has to be the year that I dressed the oldest up as the nun, and the middle son was he was
The middle-
Georgie.
Yeah,
He was Georgie.
the middle one was Georgie.
And did you not mute your phone?
I did not mean
I probably didn't either, to be fair. Oh, it is. It is muted. Ha! Mine's muted.
You know what?
I'm more professional than you.
You know what?
What? Was it important?
Yeah.
Was it?
It,
Do you want to read it out in front of the class?
uh, it says here that you are a cunt.
Fuck off. Anyhow, my favorite year had to be where the oldest was the nun, and
Ooh.
I did their makeup and everything. Okay, I'll be honest. I did their makeup so good, it scared me because they were sitting behind me in the car, and then I looked in the side mirror, and all I could see was the white of the face, and it actually made my heart stop. And I did such a good job. I scared myself.
I mean, when you do
They were
your
terrifying.
when you do your makeup, it scares me.
And then my middle was Georgie, and looked fantastic. But man, the nun. Oh, and they refused to smile. They did not smile the entire time they were in costume.
Which your oldest loves the Conjuring universe. I think she's really into that.
Oh, yeah,
the-
they're very creepy kids, and I love it. But it's so easy, good for them because they're not going to be afraid of boogeymen. And I told them everything that's scary, they look like everybody else.
Yeah.
It's everybody else you have to be afraid of, not
Oh yeah. The scariest one is me.
whatever.
No, I look like a giant head.
When the oldest was the nun, we actually would get they racked up on candy that year. You remember the year you racked up on candy?
Yes, I do actually.
Go ahead, Boo. Tell everybody your secret to getting. I choose to do really awesome costumes.
I told everybody that my dad abused me. Apparently, I don't remember.
You did.
I don't remember doing that, but we went to the rich neighborhood in town and told everybody that my dad
We
beat
were
me.
teenagers. Don't say we. That was not me.
Yeah,
That was you.
yeah, and made people feel bad for me. I don't remember that.
But you racked
that.
up on candy.
It's the rich neighborhood. What do you think?
And then you just tell everybody you're abusing. Don't do that. Please don't do that. We do not. I not
apologize.
condone-
I apologize to my dad. He never did that anything. Our
Ugh.
dad was a good dad, so
Anyway,
uh,
we do not condone. I do not condone any actions performed by Boo Boo. on this podcast.
Usually, like what I keep telling you is my shenanigans. Half of them I don't remember because it's just like
Because every day, that was a normal flipping Tuesday for you. That's why you don't remember it.
Shenanigans.
For me, it was horrifying. Oh, yeah, that's the year booing around telling everybody. Yeah, I remember. For you, I was like, oh yeah, that was just another thing. That was
My
another day.
filter runs on Windows 98. I'm sorry that I don't remember because my
Whatever,
brain
that is
and
your fault.
my filter and brain locks up more than a.
No, I'm just saying because you do so. Can they be considered shenanigans if it is a way of life? Oh, I had the deep
Ooh.
thought for the day. Ooh,
You had the deep thought of the day. That it's my
Was
shenanigans.
it that deep? I don't feel like it was.
Ooh. Here she goes again. Let me tell you what.
No, I thought we were gonna avoid it somehow, or
No,
we were gonna
I would-
accidentally stumble upon it.
I was going to not do my deep thought of the podcast, but here you go, doing it for me. So
I'm so
you're
sorry.
doing it for me. So
Well, there's my deep thought. Can they
it
be
is
considered-
shenanigans to you is my normal way of life.
Somebody called us earlier this week the cryptids of our town, and I respect.
Who called us that?
I'm
I
not
need
saying
I need to
that
know.
person will remain anonymous, but I know who they are, and they know who they are. But are they wrong?
No.
No, absolutely.
I want to be remembered as the lore of this town. I mean, we do have that one lore at the cemetery here in town, but I want to be the new age lore of the town. So we are the cryptids. Mothman,
Oh, speaking of,
Goldman.
we do have for our yearly shenanigans at a haunted house. We do have an idea for this, but I can't say it. I can't
Okay,
say
look,
it.
it wasn't our idea.
It was my idea.
I was at work when I got this.
But let's
text.
be honest, all of the ideas are always my ideas.
I have questions.
I don't want to. Well, I guess it'll only be our listeners that would know.
No,
Do we
because
tell 'em?
they will be on the lookout. It can't be.
Oh, okay.
It-
So it'll be secret until we do it,
Yeah,
and then we'll tell our street
it
cat
will
gang.
be-
If you want to fund our next one, they're going to be funny. No, I'm kidding.
Mhm.
I'm kidding.
we are not.
begging for
We are not begging for money. We are not Halloween whores.
money. Speak for yourself. I'm just kidding.
We are not Halloween whores.
Speak for yourself.
There's some horrors in this house.
I love. Oh, I have. Did you see my new decoration in the living room when you came through?
I did the horrors of your house.
The horrors of my house. Yes. I do go all out for just the inside of my house. I don't go all out for the outside. I just go. I don't know because I just like
No,
looking at them.
Look, what Halloween decorations is for the normal person is normal house
I think that's-
decorations for you.
That's a lot of us. Like that's a lot of women. Like we all just did it.
No, look,
I do
don't.
have
The
a-
only horror in my house is me.
Okay, I do have a body, like trash bag body, hanging out in the living room. I have my 3 stripper skeletons hanging from the light fixture in the kitchen, and they do come with boas. You know what? We need to get like an Instagram or something so we can post pictures of certain things like that we've talked about.
But yeah, definitely. And I want to post a video of our shenanigans at the horror Halloween thing this year on the Facebook page. If you're not a part of that, just look us
Oh
up.
yeah, if you haven't listened to us or found us on Facebook yet, we do have a Facebook page.
And we do interact with our followers, our lovely friends,
Street Cat Gang.
our lovely street cats.
Oh, do you know something else I do with the kids? We started this tradition at COVID. We started a tradition for COVID that we started with the kids. I think I saw it on Pinterest or somebody posted it. Oh, I know it wasn't my idea. I will give full credit. Okay, I know it wasn't my idea. I give full credit to whoever I saw it from. But what we did is we bought like candy and took paper and drew little faces, like ghost faces on them, and put the candy in the paper, wrap it up, tie it off somehow. We used
Quiz Dog.
yeah, twist ties. I couldn't think of the word. Thank you. and hid them throughout the backyard, and then gave each of the kids a flashlight and told them to go ghost hunting. And we would only put out, like, maybe a third of them, and let them do it multiple times. And it was a lot of fun. They actually requested that we do that, and we continue to do that every year. And it's so much fun. And then my Halloween party. I do throw a great Halloween party, I think, with fog machines.
Okay, so that first COVID party, Halloween party that you had.
Yeah.
Do you remember my costume?
No.
It was kind of morbid because of COVID, but I showed up in my Winnie the Pooh onesie, which is a must.
Absolutely.
But I showed up in that with a Plague Doctor mask, and
You were Plague Dr. Pooh.
yeah, I was Plague Doctor Pooh.
You were Pooh Doctor. No.
Plague Doctor Pooh.
That's funny.
Give me one margarita, and I'll tell you about the time I shit my pants.
No,
I don't.
please. No.
But let's go back to the movies. What other movies do you?
I wasn't going to go back to the movies, were we?
Yeah, because we haven't mentioned that one. What is the one Halloween movie that still scares you to this day, no matter how many times you watch it? Can I go first?
Okay, good, because I'm trying to think.
Okay.
Oh, I have one, actually.
Okay.
Okay, you go first.
The one movie that still scares me to this day, I don't know why, but it's so creepy. Jeepers Creepers, actually.
That's a good one. That's a real good one.
I mean, Justin Long did so well in it, but yeah, Jeepers Creepers is actually really good. I mean,
It's spooky.
it's spooky, so spooky. It still like scares me the way when they drive by, the creeper when he's tossing the bodies into the pipe gets me every time. And the way he looks at them,
The one movie that scares me every time I've seen it, and I've only seen it once because of how bad it scared me. It's not even. I don't think it's even listed. It's not a scary movie. It's No Country for Old Men. That movie,
Really?
yeah, that movie absolutely terrified me. I had nightmares. It gave me nightmares. It's because it's human on human violence, and it could happen, and that stuff scares me. Like, if it could,
Yeah, especially the ones that says based on a true story. Those typically scares me. But I could go to bed every night watching serial killer stuff and go right to bed. Because, real life stuff, of that.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me.
But
True
once
crime.
a scary movie pops up before the movie even starts based on a true story, that scares me every single time. Every single time.
The Winchester Mansion is actually not like as scary as everybody thinks it is. Like,
No. The
It's-
Paranormal Activity movies aren't as scary as everyone says.
I like the first one.
I love the first one. But
I saw that one in theaters. But my husband and I, we always watch really bad scary movies. Or
you
so
watched
we can,
one last night, actually.
We did, just so we can laugh and make fun of it and joke. I know. Yep.
Yeah.
It was one of our favorites as teenagers.
I do not know why.
I don't know why either. And
But I
there's
have
probably
questions.
nobody listening or that will ever listen to this podcast that will know this movie.
But I do have questions really quick for Warwick Davis for this movie.
The movie is Skin Deep. Came out in like 2004.
Or 06. One of the two. It came
No,
out
I'm
then.
pretty sure I just looked it up.
You might be right.
And it is so bad.
Braid.
It's so bad. But we
It's
do love
so
watching
good.
really, really bad horror movies.
I mean, Skin Deep tried too hard to be like a typical Rob Zombie movie, but it failed.
I don't feel like it was trying to be anything other than what it was, which was chaos. And
It's straight up chaos.
I've seen Velocipaster.
Hey, do not shit talk Velocipaster.
I wasn't going to. I've seen Killer Sofa. I've seen Lamageddon. Like, when I'm
Have you
talking about terrible movies, I've seen
Have you seen,
bad movies.
have you seen Rubber?
I've seen clips of it, but I haven't watched all of it. But I have seen, like, Lamageddon was probably the worst one I've ever seen.
I keep forgetting the name of this movie, but there was one movie that scared me as a kid. Oh, Maximum Overdrive.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
that
that
movie is
scared me.
not scary.
Well, where we traveled so often, and get around semis. Maximum Overdrive. It's not a scary movie, I don't think.
It is. It's
It
supposed
is?
to be a scary movie.
But that scared me as a child. Stephen King movies I also watched during the Halloween season. Do you know what they are?
Mm-mm.
I always have to watch Carrie, of course. It's a family tradition, I guess. But I also have to watch my favorite, which funny, because it's my favorite Stephen King movie. It's not Carrie, which it should be, but it's not.
I won't let Mom know.
Yeah. Oh, she knows.
Oh.
She knows that Carrie's not my favorite Stephen King movie. It's my second. But my favorite Stephen King movie, book turned movie, is Misery
Oh, yeah.
with Kathy Bates
That's a good one. That's such a good one.
and James Caan. So good. It is. I don't know if it's a scary movie or anything, but
Yes.
it is.
Were you not scared?
No. She did that man a service. She saved his life. Kathy Bates in Misery saved James Caan's life.
You're just saying that because you're a simp for Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates, if you're listening,
I'm boo-boo.
I need to meet. There's two women that I need to absolutely meet. It's because of the scary season.
Okay.
It's Kathy Bates, number one, and then Jessica Lange from American Horror Story.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever watch American Horror Story?
I did. I haven't watched a lot of the newer seasons, but I did start watching. I started the first season. I did finish the first season.
Yeah, I jumped in season 4. Was really where I was waiting on it week by week. Is when Kathy Bates showed up, and so I know she showed
Is that
up.
screaming? Spooky.
But I know Kathy Bates showed up in the 3rd season of American Horror Story with Kevin. But Freak Show is where I jumped in. And so I jumped back and rewatched everything. I actually just met the woman who played Pepper
Yeah.
from American Horror Story just a couple weeks ago, Naomi. I just met her a couple weeks ago. So it's.
I met Kane Hodder who was Jason. He was one of the Jasons.
The original.
Yeah.
Jason.
I was pregnant with my first, and I was trying to get down a flight of stairs, and I was like trying to move out of his way because I didn't want to burden anybody.
Well, plus it's Kane freaking Hodder.
And I'm slow, and I was very heavily pregnant. So I tried to move. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get out of your way. And he said to me, he looked at me and said, "No, this is how I like it, getting them all alone in the back corner in the stairwell." And I was like, "Move faster, swollen feet, like move faster."
Which if you
I laugh nervously here.
if you ever sat down and actually talked to Kane, he's actually one of the nicest guys.
He was so nice. No,
Yeah.
he was so nice.
And then you have to also a good Halloween time movie is Repo.
Our first convention was because of Repo. Do you know that?
The generic opera.
Yeah, Repo the Genetic Opera, and we went to that horror con,
Yeah.
and we got to meet like Sid Haig, and
Rip.
yeah, so sad. He was so nice too.
Oh yeah, him and Mom actually got along really well.
Oh, they did, and we met we met Pavi, who's played by Ogre from Repo the Genetic Opera. We also got to meet
Which
Doug Jones for the first time, who is in like Hocus Pocus. He's
Billy from
Hocus Pocus. I'm wearing my Hocus Pocus socks.
Yeah. And I'm wearing just my normal clothes, so that's
Oh, because of, you know what? I'm wearing my Hocus Pocus. It was really great. Our first con, we met Doug Jones, who played Billy in Hocus Pocus. And my last con, we got to meet Jason Marsden,
Yeah.
who voiced Binks. And he was so nice. Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness. That was one of the nicest people, Jay.
I don't know
Son.
if you've caught on to all the conventions we have ever been to, but the best ones we ever gone to are the horror conventions. And
Oh, yeah.
because our first convention, we've been doing this for 13 years now. Just
Going to Comic Cons, yeah.
Yeah. And so that first one really set the bar. I think it was so small, though.
It was so tiny. I didn't feel like anybody knew, but it was our first one, and we went. It was 3 days, and we didn't even get a hotel. We drove to Gatlinburg and back every day to attend.
Which ain't much of a drive for us.
Mm-mm.
We're like 30 minutes from Gatlinburg.
No, but it was so much fun. It was so intimate, and that's when we got to meet so many people and just really start to,
fall in love with it.
and also realize that was our first time really hanging out with celebrities and realizing they're just normal people, and
Well,
that's
we've done it before, and we've been around the celebrity life with Mom, because of the business that she had. So I think we've really learned from point A to point B of just
talking to them like people and having
that's how I actually ended up being Doug Jones' little minion at that first convention, because I was just
and what's crazy to me is how many times they remember us, like
yes.
after never would have expected them to, like any of them.
I mean, I've met,
but Doug Jones remembers you every time he sees you.
Yeah, and he always said, no matter how long and far in between that we meet him or go see him, he's like, "Hey, little minion," and gives me the biggest hug.
Like, it doesn't even matter that he doesn't know your name. He's got his own personal nickname for you.
Oh yeah,
and that's amazing.
and it's also like
you're so memorable, Boo Boo.
It's like that. It's with Doug Jones. Every single time we see him, it's like seeing an old friend. And he might not know my name,
but he's got his own name for you, and that's amazing. He's so sweet.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to go too much into. We can talk about conventions for days, but I want to stick to the Halloween here.
But yeah, I met Pepper, the woman who plays Pepper, which makeup, especially, was on point. To completely change her look for the role in American Horror Story.
Okay, come on. I met a voice of a cat.
A black cat, but you're.
He thought the tattoo on my arm was for him, and I had to break Jason's heart and tell him it was my cat.
I mean, if you didn't name Phantom,
it would have been Binks.
Yeah, but that's the stereotypical black cat.
I know, so I had to go off weird. But you know what I'm really excited for, though?
What?
Is to tell some of the actual ghost experiences that we've had.
Are we going to get there?
We are going to get there next week and go into some of the spooky things that we've experienced.
The real spooky experiences.
And maybe some stories that we've also heard we can get into.
Ooh.
We are still expecting one more special guest this month.
Hopefully. I mean, timing is always off with my schedule at work and then his schedule at work. He's always doing something. So it's like,
if we have to, we may have to come up with a bonus episode for October.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll be a bonus episode.
Oh, yeah. I just talked to him the other day in between work on my lunch break. So he still remembers, we're just trying to find the right timing for everything.
And it's a work in progress. We're getting this down. It's still new to us, but thank you, Street Cat Gang, for joining us again on another weekly episode. We hope we've entertained you, maybe made you laugh, started your week out right.
Oh, yeah. And if y'all have any comments, collections, ideas,
thoughts, or
something, just head to the Facebook page or email us.
Or anything that we've said
that offends you. Keep that.
No, that's not.
Keep the offensive stuff. Like, this offended me. Keep it to yourself.
No, Boo. They're not doing that, are we?
Yeah, keep the offensive
negativity to yourself.
Yeah.
No.
I bite.
I don't want to hurt. I don't want to offend anybody. But no, I was gonna. That's not what I was gonna say at all.
If I haven't offended you, just wait.
No, that's not what I was gonna say.
I
have
drank my juice.
No.
I am ready.
I euthanized that dog in me, I think.
With what, a 12 gauge?
Maybe. Oh my gosh, I've lost what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, if you have any, like, where we said at any point where we said we're not gonna get into that, if you want to private, we will private, because we're open books, just maybe not that open.
If you want to post on the Facebook group, be like, hey, y'all touched on this a little bit during the podcast. Let's elaborate, and we will interact with all the street.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
So, someone commented a status you actually made the other day, and I interacted with them, because I get it, we want to interact with the street cat as much as we can, before we get
But we
food.
appreciate you guys. We appreciate all of our listeners. Thank you for coming by this week. We hope we helped start it off on the right foot.
Or the left foot, whatever you step out with.
Again, guys, I'm Jess.
And I'm Boo.
And we are the Street Cat Sisters.